Welcome back to Inuyasha Anime Review Part 8. This reviewing episodes 66 to 74. Yeah, roughly 9 episodes. First up, we have a two-parter. Yep, this two-parter is simply this. Naraku has gone missing, so his barrier is weakened. So Kagura decides to go wandering. And runs to Shimuru, offers basically 2 Shukan jewels in exchange for killing Naraku. Shimura says no, and then there's and somehow because his barrier is weakened, Koga is able to find out where he is, and of course she takes his jewels, and well, they'll be able to get the jewels back eventually at the end of this two-part. Naraka himself finds out about what Kagura is up to, and pretty much decides to punish. Of course, also to this two-parter, Inuyasha goes to his human form, and Kagura sees this, makes her the first villain of the series actually to see this. I mean, yeah, though he just did this previous season. And they go home, and then she goes back, and she's basically in prison. She's basically like this for like one episode because she's absent for the next episode that comes right after this particular two-parter. Yep. What is 68? 68 is the first of 2 fill episodes in this particular set of episodes. Yeah, because you have two-parter, filler, one standalone filler, two-parter, another standalone filler, and another two-parter. Yep. 68 is pretty much, in a way, a loose follow-up to a two-parter from Season 1, involving a rematch with the frickin' brothers. Well, not exactly a rematch per se, mostly put somebody from their tribe. Yeah, basically a character who's got a spitting image of the older of the two Thunder Brothers, and nobody points this out until this entire standalone episode. Basically, Shippo fight, and this person's name is Soten. Yeah, who would bought over crayons? Yeah, crayons. And this is also the second spotlight episode for Shippo, where he basically talks himself part of the episode, and he treats the rest of the cast as he says, oh yeah, they're his vassals, even though they're really not. Yeah. He gets a challenge to sort of fight. Of course, he eventually goes, and yeah, it's particularly very odd episode, to say the least. Yeah. Yeah, and eventually Shippo is taken to this place separated from the rest of the group and kept in a cage until he brings out his crayons. Yep, and they bond over crayons. Eventually they start their own brief little fight where they fight in the courtyard over crayons. And there's also this dragon who appears as one of this little bitty little dragon who is pretty much Soten's pet. Yeah, she's a member of the Thunder Tribe. Apparently she is the Thunder Brother's younger sister, who looks like her younger brother. And here's kind of the strange thing about this. None of the characters, when they see this character, point this out. Nobody does. I'm sure a lot of viewers have pointed this out, but do the characters? Nope, they don't point it out at all. Heck, not even frickin' Shippo. I mean, he knew basically her brothers, and yes, she does look like he is in the older of the two Thunder Brothers. Nobody points this out. I'm like, okay, where the heck did this woman come from? By the way, I believe this is her only appearance in this. Yeah, she just appears in one episode, and that's it. Yep, a single episode. Yeah. I'm like, why the heck? Okay, you bring this character in, and then you bring her back. Yeah, as far as I know, I looked at my line. There's like no appearances of this character. She just appears for this one episode, and by the end of this episode, she opens a crush on Shippo. Where she, I remember this character at all. I watched the series. So I remember, yeah, and then like right after that particular, right after this particular standard episode, we have a three-parter. Yes, a three-parter. Yep, involving the return of Unigomo. Yeah, who's known as Maso, who's basically looks like Unigomo. Yeah, he's basically a guy who was born from. You see, sort of the process of basically of how Naraku creates these beings from his own flesh. Yeah, apparently this thing comes from his arm for some reason. Like, he wants to cast out Origomo's heart because this woman is with him killing Kikyo. He does try to kill Kikyo later, but apparently there's some of Origomo still in his body, so he has to withdraw, and is never brought up again. Yeah, it's pointed out, though, by Kide that this is Onizumo. Somehow, despite the fact he took the face when he first showed up, he had no face, and the fact he had a burn mark on his back like Narako normally does in the series. Despite the fact Narako has frequently tried to remove the damn burn mark, the thing always pops up because of Unizumo. And basically, Inuyasha spends the next 3 episodes fighting the guy. Also, the guy, despite the fact he has one of his arms chopped off, gets grown back thanks to insects. Also, it's revealed that this particular Onizumo is pretty much brought his creation, the way what he's made of, is the same stuff Kikyo is made of. Yep. And despite the fact he casts him out, he realizes that, oh yeah, I really need him. And eventually, at the end of the 3-parter, you actually see the process of him reabsorbing the man. Like, oh my gosh, it's like, ooh. Oh my gosh, another guy being sucked to another guy. Yeah. This is by far one of the most weirdest things. Especially as we see Narako, he's fully clothed. And then all of a sudden he goes completely naked. Yeah, this is never explained. It's like, okay, you first see him, he's fully clothed, and for some reason he's wearing his baboon suit for some reason. Yeah, my only guess is the reason why it's like that's what we normally see outside of his own castle. But why isn't he covering himself up for it? Well, oh yeah, and also, here's kind of the interesting about this. Now, also, when they last show him in the previous 2-parter, apparently Kagura looked through the place where he was living, basically this feudal lord's mansion, and apparently killed all of his vassals, and they all been turned into freaking skeletons. When the heck Naraku did this, I have no idea. And where this castle is, at this point, I don't have any idea either. Oh, don't worry, he comes back after this. And apparently he's gotten weak. Yes, he has a barrier. And basically, Inuyasha tries to attack him, but he's blocked. By the way, Kagura is freed, and basically she has to go keep an eye on Ogumo, and make sure, kind of, at first, he wants Inuyasha to kill him, and then he changes his mind, like, nope, can't kill him, I have to reabsorb him. Yeah. And then we have a standalone filler episode. Yep. Yeah, Inuyasha wants to train to get this basically barrier broke, so he goes to Tosai. By the way, the group himself, they do nothing in episode 69. 72. Yeah, this is the first time they've actually had an episode where Inuyasha goes off on his own and do whatever he wants to do. And he sort of lied to by Tosai to train, basically because he apparently he hasn't had a bath in a long time. So he eventually teams up with a little, I'd say, cat demon in a way. Yeah, they don't really explain what the heck this creature is. It looks like pretty much a cat demon, where he wants to basically train with him so he can break the barrier surrounding an area controlled by a giant mantis. What is this, a B-movie? Yes, a giant praying mantis. Sounds like a B-movie from the 50s. I'm sure that the creator was like, what the heck is this? So you have it where this strange demon is basically holding off, put up this barrier to prevent this cat demon tribe from eating their food. And the best choice you have is a giant praying mantis. As far as I know, I don't think Japanese monster movies ever experimented with giant praying mantis. American monster movies have. Oh yes, I've seen images of basically them doing this. Like, how they get this big is basically through atomic radiation. Yes, that is the source of giant praying mantis. And after a couple basically good strikes on him, Inuyasha pretty much defeats Demon, goes back, and reveals that, yeah, I actually lied to you. And then, of course, tells Miyoga, hey, give me that method. Yeah, Miyoga somehow knew this, and basically this whole point of this episode was just give a reason for the next two-parter. Which is simply put, Inuyasha in the group going to a village to supposedly kill a half-demon girl. Her father was a bat demon. Yes, first we have... Okay, previously, in the previous episode, we had cat demons. Now we got bat demons. Yeah, it's almost like they're running out of ideas when it comes to what type of demons they count in this series. That's what it seemed like anyways. And they kind of look like bats. One is a giant bat demon who apparently is the father of the grandfather of the little girl, but the father of basically the one who actually created this girl. And this whole thing is about protecting this barrier. And they want to kill the villagers because they hate humans. Very typical for basically this particular two-parter. Yeah, it's revealed that at some point her father was killed. Oh yeah, the person killed her? Her own grandfather killed him. Like, even if I was like, you killed your son, your own flesh and blood? And of course, when her reaction is, it says, get out. Basically pushing him and the rest of the bad demons out of the freaking barrier. Eventually, he's killed by Inuyasha, and then eventually they have to break the thing in order to end the whole cycle of the barrier stuff. So, apparently a part of him was kept inside the crystal. The thing was destroyed thanks to a protection left by her father, her late awesome father, who she never met at all. Who looks like, and here's the thing, she looks like him, because here's kind of the strange thing. Basically, her grandfather looks like a bat, and yet her father takes the form of a human, who looks like a black human. Okay? And she's the spitting image of her father. You might say, is Inuyasha the spitting image of his father? From the pictures I've seen of him, yes he is. Shishimaru looks like his mother. Yeah. Eventually, the ball that she uses throughout this two-parter is destroyed, and well, the Tenseiga's got a new power, the Red Tenseiga. You wonder how long this lasts for? I won't say, but it probably won't last very long. Because this particular move, I don't remember him using this one very much in the series, because I remember the Dime move. Yeah, there's actually a move involving an actual crystal evolving later on in the series, but yeah. Yeah, it's like this whole set of episodes, with the exception of 68, is mostly set up for toward the end of this very season. Just try to get rid of that barrier because Naraku's weakened. Now, it's hinted he does have a similar thing of, like, he has to basically, because he's half demon, he has to basically take breaks so he can do it whenever he wants to. And it's revealed in that previous two-part before that standalone episode, that Naraku does not know when Inuyasha's cycle basically ends at. Apparently, Kag kept that secret from him. Yeah, and I don't know if he ever finds out about this. I don't remember because it's been a while since we're at the end of the series. But the set of episodes themselves, it feels as though we're just dragging this along a bit, and it's mostly set up for the end of the season. That's what it seems like to me. I mean, the only thing that really feels out of place here is episode 68. That's the only episode that feels out of place out of these entire 9 episodes, is 68, because that one has nothing to do with the storyline involving Naraku. The Onigumo stuff I thought was interesting, the fact this was Onigumo, and the fact I got a chance to see the cave again, first time since season 1 for the show they've seen the damn cave. Yeah, we're getting many follow-ups to season 1 for this particular set. It was like, for one thing was the Thunder Demons, and Onigumo. Yeah. I thought the Onigumo stuff was actually pretty good. Really good set of... He was a really good standalone villain. This is why we kept only appearing for 3 episodes, but he was actually pretty good. Though, first thing he did when he first formed, was to kill a bunch of bandits, steal their faces. And he realized, yeah, those people are so ugly. And he comes across a priest who's got a very beautiful face. Yep. Oh, yeah, and he has this thing where he comments like, hey, that's a nice face you have. Yeah. Commenting on a man's face. Okay. Yeah. But, yeah. Once Onigumo basically is reabsorbed after the end of the three-parter, it's like, in the case of Kagras, I like the fact she gets a good amount of screen time in these episodes. I mean, out of these 9 episodes, she appears for 5, which actually it's pretty good for her. Because I think she's a good character, and she's basically going to... Something bad will happen to her toward the end of the series, but I'm not going to reveal that right now. Yep, so that's it for this particular review. I have one more review I'm going to do, and that's a review of the newest chapter of Boruto. Yep, to the next view. Bye.